a stud. Hey guys, Bradley Hallman here. Really appreciate you guys joining us here on the channel today. This is Falcon's channel. We've got lots of different technique series going out there for you guys to watch. It is the middle of December right now. We're real close to Christmas time. Wish you guys all a Merry Christmas too if you're watching this right now. We are going to go out and try to catch a giant fish. That's the plan. We're here in Oklahoma, going to be using LiveScope. I don't know if it's going to be a jerkbait or if it's going to be an A-rig. Probably a jerkbait, but hopefully I can catch a couple on the A-rig. I'm not sure how deep they're going to be yet. Looking for suspended fish primarily. That's the goal. So we're going to go around chasing with electronics. Nothing on the bank. Everything is going to be offshore, out in the middle, hopefully chasing bait balls. Hopefully get some big bites. Not sure if we're going to get them today or not, but we're on a place that been known to catch a couple of nice fish to come off of before, so really excited to get out here. I haven't been out here since last summer, and give this place a try. Teach you guys some things. Hope you guys learn some stuff on this. We got some really cool stuff coming. Hopefully we'll get a couple of bites actually live right on LiveScope for you guys to see. So you guys hold on and we'll get right with it. Biggin'. Biggin', biggin', biggin'. I mean biggin'. Yeah, dude. He's moving like it's 49-degree water, isn't he? It's a good one. She's not as big as I thought she was, but she will play. Barely hooked. I mean, she's not even fighting. Like, just pull. All right, we learning some stuff. Come here. We're gonna catch something bigger than this hopefully today. Oh my gosh. That's a stud. Yeah. So, good 4.5, 5-pound chunk. For sure. Man, we've come out here today and I didn't realize the water was gonna be this cold. I've honestly been looking at the graph and it's been like 49 degrees and I'm like, is my graph messed up? But first one of the morning, it's taken a while. We started off with an A-rig, couldn't get them to react. Now we're getting them to react to jerkbait, the very first one. So we're seeing some life and some sign, but really just wanting to catch them on LiveScope today. And looks like we're gonna be jerkbaiting, dude. And I'm excited about it. This should be a great show. Really, really, really wanting to catch a really big fish today. So it's winter time here in Oklahoma and we'll see what happens. Yeah, man, that was freaking awesome. That's what I'm trying to do is catch them on LiveScope. And so it's taken a little while to figure out what to make them react. And the jerkbait really got that fish going. That fish is sitting up pretty high in the water column, sitting in about 20, 25 foot of water, 20 foot of water, it's not 25. And the fish is probably sitting in 6 to 8 foot. I mean, really high. And twitch, twitch, twitch. And you're like, man, is that even a bass? Twitch, twitch. And then once they start following, you're like, yeah, that's a bass. But what I learned right there is I learned something really big. It's like I started picking up my pace, like going faster and faster, faster. And that made that fish react. Whereas before, sometimes just to get their initial attention, you just kind of like pause it right above their head. Pause it right above their head, and then they kind of follow, and then once they kind of start following, then you start playing that cat and mouse game, and I sped it up there and actually got that fish to commit. So maybe we'll get some more to do that. That was really cool, really cool. Still right there with it. Got him. Man. Another good one. Come here, let me get my hands on you. That's another 5. Golly. Head first. Dude, I had to talk that one into it. Like, I mean, I twitch it, that thing was all the way at the boat, and I'm literally just letting the wind drift off so that the bait stays right in front of him. Twitch, and finally he sucked it in. I mean, I am having to tease them to death. I could never catch these fish without looking at them on the LiveScope. There's just no way. But man, we've seen a couple a lot bigger than this one, and just follow it and just barely turn around at the last second and just can't get them to bite. It's been a really tough day, but the quality's been really good. I've been really happy with quality today. Man, that hook is in that sucker. She was not getting loose. I can't get it out. There we go. It's amazing, those little Gamakatsu hooks. Nice little fish, probably a 4-pounder. Really not as fat. I'm surprised. This is the second one, and neither one of them have been extremely fat, but boy, they're healthy and long. But beautiful fish, beautiful fish. Boy, they're sluggish. It's a really good time of the year to fish. I really came out here to jerkbait and A-rig. That tends to be, in our part of the country where I live, that tends to be the main players, usually in the wintertime. I wanted to fish for suspended fish that are out in the middle, in the deeper parts of the pockets, like this pocket that we're in right now is a really deep one. And just trying to pick off fish that are really focusing on schools of bait. They're not really related to a brush pile. We fish many brush piles, rock piles, concrete. We haven't caught anything off of any kind of cover whatsoever. Every fish that we've caught, we've seen on the LiveScope, has been suspended pretty much out in outer space. The only thing that it is related to every time is it's related to balls of bait. So that's something I really enjoy. It's a seasonal time of year type thing. It's not something that we get to do a lot in the spring or summer. And I enjoy fishing that way. So it's a really good time of year to get out and do it. Swapped at it. Oh, she had it. She had it. Here we are again, coming in the screen. Looks like she's swimming. There she went. She went right at it. She didn't eat it, of course. She went right at it. It's amazing how they swipe at it and don't get all those hooks. All right, guys, let's go over all of the technique or tackle and stuff that I use to prep for this. This is, like I said, one of my favorite ways to fish in the wintertime is with a jerkbait. This is one of my very favorite Falcon rods that I've had for a long time. That's why it's red. You won't even see a low rider like this. Still make the exact same rod in a couple different series. I know we make it in the Expert. Almost positive we've got it in the Cara also. It's a 6'8" medium light action. It is built for jerkbait. The rod has been designed around it. McClellan throws it, Christie throws it, and it's the same one that I've thrown too for many years. I like the shorter rod so that I'm not smacking the water. Also, a lot of times when I am jerkbait fishing, it's around tight places like boat docks, and I like that shorter rod to make more accurate casts. It's got a real slow, moderate action to it. That's a big help, especially whenever the water's cold early in the spring or winter time. It helps to where I'm not just twitching that bait so hard that it's giving it a real hard action. I want something that's a lot more subtle in the cooler water. Like today, we're fishing in 49 degree water. I couldn't even believe it was this cold this morning whenever we came out. But dude, it is hard to get a bite today. You guys have watched some of it. You probably watched some of it on the screen. Those fish are literally coming up and just putting their nose straight to it and not biting. So I don't want something that twitches real hard, because every time I do that, those fish turn and run away from it. 7-to-1 gear ratio, even though whenever I'm jerking, I still like the high speed to be able to catch up with a fish if it bites or something. You don't have to throw a slow reel. a 10 to 8 pound test line, depending on what part of the country you're in. Don't be afraid to go too light, especially this time of year in the winter or cold water, because these fish are not going to pull very hard. They are definitely very sluggish from the weather. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, I do really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite times of the year to fish. And as you guys can see, it's even on a tough day like today in the winter, you still can catch some really nice quality fish. Finally. Golly, that was a nightmare to get that fish to bite. Golly. Whew. I mean, going through it today, son. It has been hard to get a bite. It has. It's been tough. I don't know if this will be our last one or not, but little 14-incher. It has been a tough day. We have put that bait in front of so many fish today that have turned their nose up to it. And it makes it tough with the LiveScope because you get to see how many of them are smelling of it. Guys, don't forget, this is Falcon's YouTube channel you're on. This is not mine. Bradley Hallman, glad you guys joined me. Don't forget, bump that like, hit that subscribe, and hopefully we'll have one more. But if not, till next time, we're out of here.